morning. Welcome to our tour guide. Today, we're presenting to you the concentration camps in China.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jimena Llantada, and in this museum tour, I am going to present you facts about the concentration camps for Uyghurs in China. In the image that is below right, we can see a school, what it appears to be. But in this school, what China's government is doing is transform the Uyghurs' ideals into something that is accepted by China's government by denying the right of expression to the Uyghurs. And this is a school because it's uncovering something that is denying and is going totally against the human rights, and uncovering it as a school, but it actually is a prison because the Uyghurs aren't allowed to leave the installations. And in the image that is top left, we can see a Google map capture that in the limits that are red, we can see watchtowers, and in the circles there are also watchtowers. But in the image that is right top, we can see that there are no longer watchtowers because that one is captured after the journalist from BCC visited China. So there's something suspicious. Also in the image that is bottom left, we can see a camp that has nothing on it, but the second image, the one below, has painted some sports facilities to uncover the fact that this is not a school. This is a prison, and here are some evidence that needs to be exposed so the human rights are preserved.
Today, I am going to talk to you about the repression that the Uyghurs are facing in these concentration camps. They are detainees in there. They are not allowed to live. There is punishment for misbehavior, and they are monitored at all hours. Even though the government said these re-education camps are optional and are not obligating anyone to be a part of this, there is multiple evidence pointing to the opposite. The problem here is that not many people seem to notice that their human rights are being violated. Their rights to follow any religion, and most importantly, their right to freedom of expression. There is around 24,000 people that are being held hostage just for following a religion. And the government's reason to do all of this? They are afraid of a religious infection. In this first image, we can observe an officer at the front giving orders to the Uyghurs, and them just sitting down in rows and keeping their heads down as a sign of control from the government and respect to their authorities. And in the second piece, we can observe a drawing with red and blue tonalities where we notice the control and submission that the Uyghurs are facing by illustrating them sitting all together with the same expression and the same features to show how they are casted into these concentration camps against their will and not knowing when they are getting out or if will they ever get out. In conclusion, in both pieces, we can clearly see that these re-education camps are morally and legally wrong, and we should start talking about them more and more to make people conscious of this huge human rights violation that needs to be stopped as soon as possible.
Alright, as you can see in this image, it shows a satellite image taken by the Australian Strategic Police Institute. This camp takes place in Caracas. It's a county in the Chinese region of Xinjiang. And these camps are used for They're basically brainwashing minorities so that way the Chinese government can have them believe and behave the way they want them to. A lot of these camps contain people from all ages, and a lot of the people that are targeted to be in these camps are the Uyghurs. So it's a big problem because they're brainwashing these people, and they're in high security camps where it's kind of hard to try to get a good look of what actually happens inside, since the government of China tries to promote it as a re-education camp when in reality it's a concentration camp. As you can see in this other image, it's another camp in the center of Dabancheng, a district in Xinjiang. And as you can see, a lot of these camps are built in Xinjiang because it's close to where most of the minorities live in China. This camp took from 2017 to 2019 to be built, so they take a while. Since it's so high security, they don't want other people trying to figure out what's going on inside. That's why we have the satellite images. And you can also see that these camps don't have really very good facilities, so then the quality of life for the people that live here, it's not good. It's not safe for them to live in these places where they don't have a comfortable place to live in, or it might actually not be that safe. So we need to solve this problem.
Well, thank you, Diego. Hi, my name is Mara, and I'll continue your tour guide from here. As we know, the population in China is exceeded by Chinese people mostly. The minorities are small religious groups like the Uyghurs and others. China is not happy at all of their ways and beliefs, so they are trying to re-educate them forcefully. China, having the total power over the country, is capable of doing this. They believe that if they re-educate the Uyghurs and the other minorities such as Muslims, they could reduce the terrorism around the world. This is a clear violation of the human rights. In this picture we can observe the governor of China, Xi Jinping, covered by what it seems to be a person kneeling down and praying as if they were begging to the government to leave them alone. China still considers them as a threat because China believes if they let Muslims and Uyghurs continue with their religion and beliefs, that the terrorism in the world will increase and more devastating events will happen, such as the 9/11 case. In the next picture, we can observe a group of people being seated down, including Muslims and Uyghurs, in what it appears to be a jail, surrounded by an electrified gate. We can see that they're all sitting in rows and dressed in the same uniform as if it were a real jail. We can confirm that Muslims and Uyghurs are arrested forcefully and taken to the concentration camps, or re-education camps as the Chinese government call them. And they are enforced to do hard work. The expressions on these people's faces are no more than sad. Sadness floods this picture over and shows us how these people are being treated, and that what the Chinese government is doing is not at all okay. Nevertheless, the way of managing this situation according to the Chinese government is okay. But none of the other governments or external countries have decided to interfere because China is one of the most powerful countries in the world.
Now, let's continue with the exposition. In the following image that you're seeing right now, you can see a group of protesters protesting for the rights of the oppressed people in China. In several places of the world, protests for the human rights of Uyghurs have been seen because they don't think that their human rights are being respected. On this specific image, we see a group of students protesting because of the same reason. They don't think that the rights of the people in Chinese concentration camps are being respected. They are also wearing blue colors, which is the representation of the Uyghurs, and are holding many signs about it. In the other image, we can see a map of a specific image in the Asian region. This region is called Xinjiang, and this region is the most affected on the concentration camp problem to the Uyghurs and other religious minorities. These concentration camps are the ones that we've been talking about, and the Chinese government still denies the violation of the human rights in them, but there are clear images about many concentration camps of these people being found in the Xinjiang region.